13,000 pesos. Yan yung lowest price na possible na makuha nyo itong Tecno Pova 7 Ultra sa early bird rate niya. And una itong magiging available sa TikTok shop ni Tecno. So let's talk about this phone after this quick unboxing. Make sure to finish the unboxing kasi doon natin ilalagay yung prices and promo details about this phone.
Guess I never really had the chance to speak my mind. Never thought you would hear it. Oh, and if you run, baby, I will follow every time. I show you what I'm feeling. You got me going, can't control. Fingers crossed you take me home. So play me all night, hold me tight, keep me in the spotlight.
Alright, so full disclosure guys, padala po sa akin ito ni Tecno. Obvious naman with the PR box na kasama dito, which is not available para sa consumers. Pero kahit ganun pa man, wala silang input dito sa review natin, and also, I'm still gonna be telling you the pros and cons ng phone na to. Now with that out of the way, pag-usapan natin yung very clean design nito. Nung nag-post ako ng short video nito, marami sa inyo nag-comment na parang mala-nothing yung design niya. And actually, I would take this design over the Nothing Phone 3. Solid yung ginawa ni Tecno dito. This is a very clean design. Sabi nila may pagka-interstellar na spaceship design daw yung ginawa nila dito. But whatever it is, they need to keep this up. And ang maganda sa design element na to, it trickles down sa software mismo. So meron silang sobrang solid na software theme para dito. And well integrated talaga siya sa startup pa lang, sa mga animations, lalo na sa charging animation, approved para sa akin. And then yung fonts, and then yung icon pack, it all ties in together. And meron pa silang 300 new icons para lang dito sa theme na to. And since nasimulan na natin yung discussion ng software, tuloy na natin. So meron tong iOS 15, Android 15, and this will have 2 major software updates and 3 years of security patches. And alam niyo naman, pag Tecno phones, we all have our fingers crossed na sana tuloy-tuloy and continuous yung mga software updates para dito. So hopefully, they've improved their policy on that. But going back, malaki na talaga yung improvements ni Tecno pagdating sa iOS nila. Konti na talaga yung bloatware na makikita nyo dito, and most of them, you can uninstall. Wala rin ako na-experience na add sa mga applications na ginamit ko on this device while testing it. And then, isa sa mga binibida nila dito is yung AI capability nito. So we still have Ella as our AI assistant. Marami siyang pwedeng gawin just in case na ayaw niyong gumastos for something as expensive as ChatGPT. Pwede ng alternative itong Ella because this is free and it's included dito sa phone mismo. We also have AI editing tools to further enhance yung mga pictures nyo. Next up, pag-usapan natin yung display. Meron tong AMOLED na 144Hz refresh rate. And ang maganda dito, pwede kayong pumili sa 1080p resolution or 2K resolution. Syempre, dun na ako sa 2K resolution to get crisper images compared sa 1080p. Solid din yung colors dito, very vibrant. Black is truly black. We have infinite contrast dahil naka-AMOLED na nga. And kung manonood ka na Netflix, you can get full HD resolution kasi naka-widevine level 1 na. Susunod naman, pag-usapan natin ng mabilisan yung cameras ito. This isn't really marketed as a camera phone. This is more of a gaming phone talaga. So I wasn't really expecting too much sa cameras nito. But to make it quick and simple, decent yung mga photos na pwede natin makuha dito. Kung camera talaga yung focus nyo, this is not gonna be the phone for you. The images won't impress you too much, pero for most people, pwede na yung quality nito. Sharp enough yung images, and surprisingly, yung color production nito is closer sa Camon series ni Tecno. Pero merong isang bagay na nasurpresa ako dito, and that's the 4K 60fps video recording. Hindi ko to inaasahan kasi nga nasa more affordable side itong gaming phone na to. So to put something like that sa camera na to is really surprising, but also I need to tell you, hindi po siya stable as is. So kailangan nyo i-turn on yung ultra stability na mode para mas stable yung videos na makuha nyo. And even with that mode turned on, hindi pa rin siya as stable as what you would get from something like a Tecno Camon series. Now moving on from the cameras, let's talk about the battery on this. So meron tong 6,000 mAh battery capacity and 70 watts of fast charging. Kung mabili nyo man to sa pre-order, meron ditong freebie na power bank na wireless charging. And that's because meron din tayong wireless charging capability on this device. So as long as you have this case, kakapit po yung mga power bank na merong MagSafe capability dito. And then sa usapang battery life naman, very power efficient tong device na to. It doesn't drain your battery that much. Asahan nyo, kaya nito ang full day or even more, depende sa usage nyo. But of course, kung mag-hardcore gaming kayo dito, asahan nyo na mag-charge kayo at least twice a day. Pero kung ayaw nyo ma-charge and ayaw nyo ma-lowbat, pwede rin kayo mag-full day gaming kasi meron tong bypass charging capability. And speaking of gaming, eto na, pag-usapan na natin yung performance. So this one has the MediaTek Dimensity 8350. Around 1.3 million points ang nakuha ko dito sa Antutu. And eto naman yung 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme stress test results natin. So far, solid, lalo na sa stability at 90%. That tells us na hindi tayo makaka-experience gaano ng thermal throttling pagdating sa device na to. That is exactly what I experienced sa actual games. Now, simulan natin sa PUBG Mobile. So, I need to tell you first na pwede kayong makakuha nitong exclusive na PUBG Mobile na dito SIM card if you buy this. And eto, pina-flash ko sa screen mismo yung promo nila for that. But anyway, let's talk about the actual gameplay. So, smooth 120 FPS ang pinili kong option dito. I played several games on this device. Medyo uminit siya up to 43 degrees Celsius. Pinakamainit na yun na temperature na nakuha ko while playing PUBG. Mabilis naman bumaba yung temperature with the cooling system, pero I would highly recommend guys, kung maglalaro kayo ng any games dito na extreme, nakasagad yung graphics, and magdamagan yung laro nyo, mas maganda pa rin na meron kayong phone cooler just to make sure na hindi gaanong uminit yung device na to. Consistent na nasa high 100 FPS pagdating sa PUBG Mobile. And then pagdating sa Wuthering Waves, dito ko na-experience yung pinakamainit talaga kasi umabot ng hanggang 47 degrees Celsius. Again, nakasagad po lahat ng graphical settings. Pagdating sa game na to, I would highly recommend gamitan nyo talaga ng phone cooler kung gusto nyo nakasagad lahat ng graphical settings. And then yung FPS nito nagre-range from 44 to around 55. Pero subukan ko rin to sa Mobile Legends kay Anika and she had a lot of fun, although palagi siya namamatay, but that's more of a skill problem than a hardware problem. Sa Call of Duty Mobile, solid rin yung gaming experience ko dito. Wala talagang any issue at all. So overall, solid yung performance na makukuha nyo with the Tecno Pova 7 Ultra. But again, may isang paalala na mas maganda talaga na meron kayong phone cooler for this one. I think madali talagang uminit itong Dimensity 8350. Now, other things that you might want to know, naka IP64 water and dust resistance na to. And then, meron tong dual speakers, although hindi ganun kalakas. So, I wasn't too impressed with the sound. And then, meron itong IR blaster. So, just in case you want to use this as a remote control, pwede po. Meron siyang dual SIM card, pero wala siyang micro SD card slot. And of course, wala siyang headphone jack. And surprisingly, mukhang maganda yung modem na ginamit nila for this one. Kaya niyang makuha ng sagad yung fastest speed ko dito. So, pumapalo siya minsan ng 1 Gbps pagdating sa internet speed. So yun yung mga bagay na gusto ko ibahagi sa inyo about the Tecno Pova 7 Ultra. What do you guys think? Is this something that you would heavily consider? Para sa akin, looks and design-wise, mas nagustuhan ko to over the Infinix GT30 Pro. Mas malinis, mas elegant looking, and mas well tied up together yung software and yung hardware nito. Kung makukuha nyo to at 13,000 pesos, is gonna be one of the better deals that you can get this year in 2025. Okay pa rin naman siya sa SRP niya, but of course, kung makukuha nyo ng cheaper, why not, di ba? And kung hindi pa rin malinaw, this is definitely something that I can highly recommend para sa inyo. So kung gusto nyo makabili nito online, lahat po ng links nandiyan na sa description box. And kung nakatulong mo itong video na to sa pagde-decide nyo, ano lang ba yung mag-like, comment, and subscribe na kayo. And kung gusto mo pang manood ng mga videos ko, andito po yung review natin ng Oppo K13 Turbo. And also, eto yung video na sinasabi ni YouTube na may enjoy mo talaga. So hanggang sa susunod, ako nga pala ulit si Janus ng Pinoy Techdad. Kita-kita ulit tayo.